So hello and what's up everybody, welcome back to Screen Technicals. In the previous video we have seen about the SSG, that is static site generation. Now in this video we are going to see about ISR. Now what is ISR? Let's see. At this point, let's say I am just open the documentation, and let's see, click on this data fetching, and you're going to find this incremental static regeneration. Click on this. This is ISR. Now what is the use of this ISR? So basically, when you are using the static site generation, it is building that building the page as as a static file. There is a static HTML file, right? And let's say if you are just changing some data, or you are just changing anything in the database, that will be not displayed in your website, right? Because it has been already generated as an HTML file statically. So that's why you're not going to see any type of change. So to do the change, you need to use the ISR. You don't have to write anything more. You have to just add one parameter to your static props, right? So let's see at this point, and you're going to find this revalidate 10. Copy this thing, and I will tell you what it is going to do is, just let's say after this thing, just remove this thing first, and let's say I'm just pasting it at this point, just like this, and go to the index.js event, and just paste that at this point, just like this. Now what it is going to do is, after every 10 seconds, right, this is in seconds, so after every 10 seconds it is going to regenerate the HTML files, right? If you are doing some changes in your database, then after every 10 seconds it is going to regenerate your HTML file, that is the static file, right? So in that way it will you can just display your changes on your on your server, not on your server, on your website, right? So now you are not going to find any difference right now even, right? If I just you can just come to this point and refresh it, there will be no change, right? It will just give you the same results. Now you can just see the results once you are in production, right? Now if you are using static site generation in the production, then you are not going to see any type of changes, but in development you are going to see the changes, but in the production you're not going to see the changes. So to see the changes, we use this ISR technique, that is the revalidate 10. So this will just regenerate our HTML file, right? And this is pretty much fast, right? So let's say this is the content part, and in the content part there should be links, there should be images. So I want some HTML elements inside these things, right? So if I go to the nextjs, let's say at this point I'm clicking on this content, and at this end I'm going to add an anchor tag, just like this. Let's say it will have an href. Let's say it is, for right now it is slash, and let's write this just like this, and writing here, let's say simply home. So I'm just creating a link, let's say just like this. And if I go to this point, refresh it, let's see, and you're going to find this as this raw thing, right? So we need to do some changes, right? So what we can do is go to the slug.js at this point, right? So at this point I'm going to create a const. Actually I'm using the useref sort of thing. I will be telling you what I'm doing actually. So let's say I'm writing here content ref, this is equals to it is actually I'm going to use useref. So right here useref, and it is going to be null by default, just like this. Okay, and we have to import useref, right? And once this is done, let me first log you the useref, right? That is this content ref. So I'm going to write here content ref dot current. So basically we have to deal with this current sort of thing, right? Now at this point we have to define that we have to just link the ref. So right here ref, and I'm going to write here content ref, just like this. And let's say right click at this point, inspect, click on this, just close this thing, console, and just refresh it, and it's giving us null. So let's see, it is content ref dot current. So let's say I think we need to use the use effect sort of thing. So right here use effect, we're going to do just like this. And let's see, if at this point I'm just writing here log content ref dot current, and let's say I'm just removing this from this point, refresh it, and you can find this thing, right? We are going to find this div. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just press this command X, and at this point right here content ref dot current dot inner HTML So it is basically simple JavaScript sort of thing, right? Let's say if you are in HTML, then you can use the document.query selector sort of thing to get this div, and I'm just inserting, using the inner HTML sort of thing, right? So at this point, let's say I'm writing here, just paste this thing, remove this curly brackets, just like this, and let's comment it out, save this thing, and you're going to find this home at this point, right? If I click on this, you will just go refresh the page just like this, and it will take me to the home page. Just click on this thing, and you are going to find this thing, right? Now you can just add some of the CSS in the there is the global spot, right? So just open this, go to the the global.css. At this point, let's say I'm writing here, so let's first go to the slug.js. I'm giving it another class of, let's say, content, right? Just like this. Go to the globals.css, right? I'm writing here content, and inside is I have an anchor tag. I can just make it as a color to be, let's say it is #005EFF. Save this thing, and you're going to find this color. I want the underline sort of thing, so I can write here text decoration to be underline. Save this thing, and you're going to find this thing. So this is your task to do, right? So you can just add image tags at this point in the content part, right? And you can just you can just change your CSS at this point, and once you are done, you can just deploy it on Vercel. So we will be seeing how can you deploy this. So in the next video, we are going to see about the authentication part. So thanks for watching this video, guys, and I will see you next time.